Hey kids, I'm back again and I'm here to answer a question. Looks like I have a halo behind me, but it's just really a fan. Anyway, this week's question asks, I'm worried that Jesus and our Father don't like me because I keep sinning even though I don't want to. How do I know that I'm still loved by them? I love this question. I think Jesus answered it by way of a parable. A parable is a short story that illustrates God's love. In this case, a parable may be familiar with you. It's called the parable of the prodigal or the lost son. Now, for those of you who don't know it, let me briefly explain. A father has two sons, and the oldest son is obedient, what we all strive to be. But the youngest son is rebellious and selfish, and he asks his dad for his inheritance. And this was extremely rude because you normally don't get an inheritance until the parent dies. But being a loving father, he gives the young son his share. And the boy goes out and blows everything on partying and gambling. Eventually the money runs out, and so do his friends, and he's left feeding pigs and desiring the slop that they ate for himself. He comes to his senses and decides to ask forgiveness from his father for his selfishness and to take him back, no longer as a son, but as a slave. Now, this pertains to your earlier thoughts. How can God and Jesus love me when I sin, even when I don't want to? And the answer is found when the son goes to his father, and instead of rejection, the father takes him back in, not as a slave, but as a son. In other words, the way the father treats his wayward son is always in love. And note something that's especially important, and you don't want to keep sinning, right? So too the son felt the same way, and that's why the father took him back with open arms. Now, let's say the son didn't repent and came back steeped in his sin. How would the father treat him then? Well, the answer is still he would have taken him back as his son, but in love he would have disciplined him. And just like your earthly parents, if you blow it, they never reject you as their child. They want to see you repent, even though they know that you may sin again. And how do I know that's true? Because we adults repeat the same sins over and over too. But if we're sincere in wanting to not do it and confess it to God, we are still loved and accepted by Him. So I hope that helps you. If you are a child of God, there is absolutely nothing you can do for God to either disown you or not love you. And hope that gives you comfort. I've run out of questions, so if you have any more, you better come up with them. Thanks.